He has played for a team that has played in the championship game so many times, but he has also dealt with adversity, injuring his knee 2 years in a row. He's entering the NFL draft, which, of course, starts up on Thursday, a week from tomorrow. And his name is Shaun Dion Hamilton, joining us this morning on the show. Good morning, sir. How you doing, buddy?
Hey, what's up? I'm doing good.
Good, man. How you feeling going into next week? Nerves, excitement? How do you feel?
I would say I probably got a little bit of nervous and excitement at the same time. Just kind of ready to get the process over with and get back to like my normal lifestyle.
Yeah, you've always been serious about your craft. You've always been serious about football. You've been a workout guy. You've been a film room guy, not a guy that went out and spent late nights at bars or at parties. You were always very serious about your work. Where did you get that from, handling your football business that way?
I really don't know. I mean, it's just all about. I think it really kind of started, when I got to Alabama and just seeing the culture, seeing the great guys like Marty Cooper just eat, sleep, breathe football, and seeing how successful he was. He was a kind of older guy who I got the chance to observe and follow and watch, and I tried to take the same mindset that he had.
You also grew up in a football family. Shaun and Dion, named after Shaun Alexander, former Alabama running back. Dion Sanders, a football Hall of Famer. So was football in your household from a very early age growing up?
Oh, yes, sir. I actually started playing when I was 5 years old, and the legal you're not supposed to be able to play until you're 6, which is in the first grade. But I wanted to play so bad that my dad kind of broke the rules, and I started in kindergarten.
Shaun Dion Hamilton joining us this morning here on the show. Obviously, you've dealt with injuries the last couple of years, and first it was an ACL, and then it was a broken kneecap. And so now going into this draft, you're going to have to convince scouts and GMs that this knee is going to hold up. My body's going to hold up. How have those conversations gone? How have you tried to ensure people to have confidence in you?
Well, I mean, I got a chance to see the team doctors and whatnot. Last week I had to go to the little combine recheck. So, I mean, all the knee looks really good. The ACL is stronger than ever. Kneecap is good. So, I mean, it's just something, that somebody just wants to take a shot on me and trust me. I mean, I worked out at Pro Day and, teams said that I was moving way better than they expected. So, I mean, my just determination and ability to take care of my body, I think I'll be okay.
You guys have had one of the best linebacking units in college football for a long time. What is it like to walk into the Alabama defensive locker room or film rooms, meeting areas, and look around at the talent around you, knowing that there's so many great players that came before you going into the NFL draft and now NFL stars, so many people that will come ahead of you and in the next couple of years? What is it like to be surrounded by that much talent and know that that's the program that you're representing?
Oh, man, it's great. Coach Saban always preaches about, competition. And when you have all these great linebackers around you, I mean, it just makes you want to get better each and every day. And the competition we have just pushes us to the limit, makes us a better player.
Was there a linebacker, since you were so into football growing up, was there a linebacker that you watched on TV in the NFL or maybe in college as well that you said, boy, I want to play like that guy?
I would definitely probably say C.J. Mosley. In high school, I watched him a lot, because he was here at Alabama. And then when I got to college, I watched him even more when he got to the NFL. And he's the guy who's just always in the right place at the right time, making tackles, interceptions, forced fumbles. Like, he can do it all. So I would definitely say C.J. Mosley.
Alabama linebacker Shaun Dion Hamilton joining us this morning here on the show. You dealt with an ACL tear, had a rehab from that for the next calendar year, came back to play for Alabama, then fractured your kneecap. But when your kneecap was broken, you said, thank goodness it's not another ACL. You actually thought it was a blessing in disguise. That means it was really, really tough to come back from the ACL. How difficult was that rehab?
Oh, man, it was so tough. I'll probably say the most frustrating thing about getting hurt this time was that I still was rehabbing from my ACL. I'm trying to make sure that leg is all strong and stuff. But you know, it was plenty of days, you know, where you just wondering like, why is your knee just super sore, and you know, just starting from square one, you know, with like leg raises and learning how to walk again, run again, change the direction. So I mean, you know, it was a tough road. So I mean, when I think about where I was with my ACL right now to where I am with my kneecap, it's night and day difference.
Yeah, and
I mean, like with my ACL, I didn't start doing change direction stuff till like last May, but now I'm like almost full speed, like with everything.
That's great. And you're a positive thinker. You're a positive guy, which I think goes a long way. You know, you injured that ACL in the SEC championship game, and then when you injured your knee, you said, I don't want to be carted off Bryant-Denny Stadium. I want to be able to walk off. This is my final game here in Tuscaloosa. Why was it so important for you not to be carted off at that point?
Just because, I mean, you know, I feel like I've left a good legacy here at Alabama, and you know, I remember when I tore my ACL in the SEC championship game, you know, the last image people saw was me, you know, holding on to the trainers. So at this time, I said I'm gonna walk off on my own power, and you know, it just made me feel better on the inside.
Yeah, and, you know, you've said that this adversity will help you. You were unable to play in a pair of playoffs for your team, a pair of championship games for your team, but why do you think that this adversity actually could be a positive for you?
Oh, it can. What comes out of this is, I mean, you know, I always, you know, give the message to my teammates about, you know, how blessed it is just to be able to play the game of football. It puts things into perspective. It really teaches you to don't take anything for granted. So, you know, each play, each rep, no matter what it is, you know, that's how I go about my everyday life.
One of the captains of the Alabama team, of the Alabama defense, Shaun Dion Hamilton, joining us this morning on the show. He'll enter the NFL draft coming up. Thursday is round one, a week from tomorrow. Man, it is great to catch up with you, brother. Thanks so much for joining us. Best of luck as the rehab continues. And, man, I can't wait to see where you get drafted coming up next week.